गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू इन्फोबूस्ट। आज के इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे कि एक स्टूडेंट के लिए कैरियर के स्टार्टिंग में ज़्यादा बेटर ऑप्शन क्या है, वेदर ही शुड जॉइन एनी स्टार्टअप और ही शुड टारगेट फॉर एनी प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी। इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट टीयर 3 कॉलेज, तो आप बहुत ही कम स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसे देखोगे जो इस डिलेमा में होते हैं कि वेदर दे शुड जॉइन स्टार्टअप और दे शुड जॉइन एनी बिग कंपनी। बिकॉज इन टीयर 3 कॉलेज मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स ट्राई टू गेट एनी जॉब एनी हाउ, एंड दिस इज बिकॉज बहुत ही कम कंपनीज होती हैं जो कि टीयर 3 कॉलेज में रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए आती हैं। सो एवरी स्टूडेंट जस्ट वांट टू गेट प्लेस्ड एनी हाउ। बट इन दिस वीडियो वी विल सी कि एज अ स्टूडेंट व्हाट्स गुड फॉर यू टू जॉइन एनी स्टार्टअप और एनी बिग कंपनी ड्यूरिंग द अर्ली फेज ऑफ योर कैरियर। सो वी विल डिस्कस ऑन 6 डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स, जिसके बाद आपको काफ़ी अच्छा क्लैरिफिकेशन मिल जाएगा कि व्हाट्स गुड फॉर यू। सो लेट्स गेट स्ट्रेट इनटू द पॉइंट. So the first point is related to learning. So if any student join any startup or any big company, so how his learning is going to be in that particular company, we will discuss on this point here. So when we talk about any product based company, there will be a lot of employees in that company in India center and also in abroad center. So as a fresher when you join that big company, so आपका जो work scope होता है वो काफ़ी limited होता है, आप एक particular specific thing पे काम करते हो. But in contrast to that, when we talk about startups, so if any student joins startup, so startups already are in the growth phase, so they have a limited number of employees in their centers, and because of that, although your work scope will be defined already, but sometimes आपको आपके work scope के बाहर भी काम करना पड़ सकता है, so your learning will be very good in that particular company. Since number of employees in startup will be limited and also they do not have much fund to invest, so because of that अगर आप join करते हो startup तो आपके ऊपर responsibilities काफ़ी ज़्यादा होंगी and you will have to work across domain. That definitely will help you in your learning curve, and over the period of time you will gain much more expertise in your work. So obviously from learning point of view, I will say for at least starting 2 to 3 years startup will give you advantage. Now let's talk about the second point, and that is related to work-life balance. So as I already mentioned कि startup में number of employees कम होते हैं, so sometimes you might have to work for a longer period of time. Eventually आपके ऊपर responsibilities काफ़ी ज़्यादा होंगी, and to meet the project deadlines sometimes you might need to work for a longer period of times. This doesn't mean कि अगर आप किसी product based company में काम करते हो so your work-life balance will always be good. In product based companies also it depends कि आप किस particular team में काम कर रहे हैं, how is the work culture in that particular team. But in general if you join any startup, so you might have to work for longer period of time compared to any product based company. So from work life balance perspective, I would say product based companies are bit better compared to startups, but yeah, that comes on the cost of learning. In startups you will get to learn lot of things, and that's also subjected to the team and the work culture in that particular company. Now let's discuss the third point, and that is related to work opportunities. When we talk about work opportunities, so अगर आप एक product based company को join करते हैं, so you get to know कि product inception से लेके final stage तक कैसे पहुंचता है. Although your work will be defined in very specific domain, but you will get to see कि how product will pass from one domain to another domain and how it will be converted into the usable product from inception. But in startups, not all the startups work on the product building. Usually you will see कि startups किसी particular sector में काम करते हैं, like they support the product based companies, they take projects from them and work on some particular domain or particular field. So eventually if I talk about the product building, like अगर आपको starting से end तक complete cycle पता करनी है product की, so their product based companies will give you a good experience. But if you have to learn something like apart from your domain, you want to get some new opportunities in different domain also, so across domain work you will get more opportunities in startups only. As I already have mentioned कि number of employees काफ़ी कम होते हैं startups में, so you get a chance to work on different domains also. Now let's talk about the fourth point, and that is related to future growth. So obviously for the shorter duration of time, like for 2 to 3 years if you see, so if you have worked in startups, so definitely you will have learned a lot more compared to any particular person who is working in the product based company for the same duration. So obviously if you join any product based company after spending 2 to 3 years or 4 years in any startup, so you might get some good promotion or good band or good salary in product based company compared to that particular person who already have started his career from product based company. in long run actually it get nullified, so it doesn't matter in which company or from where you have started your career. In long run it matters how much you know and how much experience you have for different projects. So I would definitely say कि if in the early phase of your career you have worked in startups, so अगर आप product based company में after 2 to 3 years join करते हो, so it will help you in your career. But in the long run it doesn't matter from where you started, it matters what you have done and how much you have learned. Now let's talk about the fifth point, and that is related to salary. So talking about the majority of startup, if you join any startup, so eventually your salary will be less compared to product based company. Most of the product based company pay higher compared to most of the startups, and it's not a rocket science to understand. Basically startups are always in the early phase of their growth, so they do not have that much fund to invest on people or invest in R&D, while product based companies have that much fund that they can invest good amount of money on people and in their R&D services. So from salary point of view, most of the times you will see that product based companies pay higher than most of the startups. Now let's discuss the last point, and that is related to other benefits. So when I talk about other benefits, so it basically includes the other benefits which usually employees get. It basically includes ESOP, RSUs, different relocation benefits, reimbursement, all those things. So here also most of the product based companies provide better benefits to their employees compared to startups. The simple explanation behind that is that they have good amount of fund with them to invest on the employees. On the other hand, there are few startups who actually have good amount of fund and they invest on the employees, but majority cases you will see that startups do not provide that good benefit to their employees compared to the product based companies. So these are the 6 points which I wanted to discuss in this video with you all. बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो कि डिलेमा में होते हैं कि whether they should join in a startup or any product based company. So I hope this video will help them to get a better answer. Thanks for watching here. If you haven't subscribed the channel, please do subscribe, and if you find this video useful, please do share it among your friends. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.